Another one.
Good evening, good afternoon, rather. Good people, it is Ida Mays Madman. We're here for another big college football show at 11. I got my guys with me. First up, Marcus, talk to the people.
What's going on, folks? Happy Saturday, one of the last of our college football season. Good to see you. It's one half of a house divided. Your resident Michigan fan, Marcus. Glad to be here.
Yes, sir. Also, JOJ, don't tell Johnny what to do on this live.
Yo, what up? What up? Man, was on the struggle bus to get here and get this computer where it needs to be so we can bring this to y'all. So just ready to get to it. I mean, we had that game last night. It was a blowout, but it was beautiful to watch. You know what I'm saying? So I've enjoyed the playoffs, and we going to
speak for yourself.
What happened?
It was a come to Jesus moment for Mays last night. He like, he for real. Like, they for real.
Listen. I have been living on this razor's edge of Curt Cignetti is the best coach in college football. Yes, but that team is not the best team. Although they play like the best team, I got to give them credit. But I'm just talking about from a talent perspective. I was just like, somebody's going to clip them. It does not look like that's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. We are down to the final, team that can do it, but we'll get there when we get there. First things first, CFP, Ole Miss versus Miami kicked it off in the semifinals with a classic. Gentlemen, talk to me, Johnny. What'd you take from this one?
Another classic. These Ole Miss and Miami games, like just in general, have been awesome. Like when Ole Miss, whoever Miami played, these games have been really good. And this was another one, back and forth. And this is what you want to see in the playoffs, back and forth competition, guys lifting their teams up and making plays. But honestly, because I rewatched some of that game this morning, that game could have got ugly if Miami could just intercept. Like some of the tips that they dropped were kind of mind-boggling. Like, bro, how didn't y'all pick that? It's two of us right here tipping it back and forth, but we can't catch it. So it was wild. But them dropping those interceptions, it turned into a great game for us. I mean, we're Michigan fans, so we don't really care who wins that game. So it was just a great game to watch. I hate it. I kind of wanted Trinidad Chambers to get there, but they just really ran out of time.
Right.
You're around the 50 with 5-6 seconds left. They could have called pass interference on that last one, but you're not gonna get that call. You're just not gonna get that call. So I want Miami on to the championship, and this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
leave it at that for right now.
Marcus, same to you, man. What'd you take away from that game?
A lot of what Johnny said. I'll try to find some nuance in there. I thought it was a really good game, a clash of styles.
Yeah.
That's kind of what, if there is something, I won't call it positive, but I'll say that has persisted through the extended playoff, is that is led to interesting matchups, right? And that's kind of like, it's an old adage, overused, styles make fights, but it's true to this day. And so that's why the game was so good, because you saw both sides trying to assert themselves differently. Obviously, Miami wants to possess the ball, go on long drives, run the football, really lean on their offensive line. Ole Miss is quick strike. And, I don't think that they got enough when they needed it on the Ole Miss. It was a valiant performance, but they did feel like a team that was kind of burning the midnight oil. Like they were kind of coming to a line of what they could do. I thought the Georgia game was their one. That was the one that kind of was like, all right, I don't know if they're gonna be able to do this again.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what it came down to versus Miami. Going forward for the Hurricanes, man, you got some decided advantages. right? I think both trenches. Well, yeah, no, I mean, as much as I like Indiana, I think both trenches, even if it's a slight edge, go to Miami right now. So I want to see how they're going to, I guess, accent that. Like, what next? Because I'm still very iffy about my boy Cristobal, but they've been doing good this year, man. Take it away.
No doubt.
Real quick. What did y'all think about when the coach grabbed him from behind and he hit him with the get the off me?
Yeah.
Hit him with the Denzel. Get your hands off of me.
Get your
damn hands off me.
I kind of liked it.
Yeah.
I mean,
job's not done, right?
I mean, but he's a little extra. I'm not gonna. I ain't gonna coach him up for rah shit. But you know, if it's working for the team, it's working for the team.
I mean, he was hot. Like dude just grabbed him or something. Like, bro,
like he was about to fight or something. Like, what you gonna turn around and punch him?
He was hot.
He showed the stark contrast between him and Ryan Day. Ryan Day would have just melted in that dude's arms, exalted in the win. Yes, we did win it. But Cristobal was like, yo, first of all, don't come up from behind me like that.
Cristobal, bro, that's a funny. I should have pulled that clip.
Right.
Hey,
yeah.
How criminally underrated is Malachi Tony?
When I got my chance, I was gonna speak on that. That dude is and he's criminally underrated for like blocking, bro. This is a true freshman. By the way, a true freshman that should be a senior in high school. He reclassed. That's how young he is. Number one, he should be a senior in high school, and he's out there blocking like a grown man. Yeah. Malik, and don't forget about it if he's in open space, right? Like, cancel Christmas and all your other plans. Because
that's the element
I don't
expect Miami to have is that big play ability. Like, if you add that to what they're able to do, controlling the ball, that's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah. The dude Fletcher. That's what I was going to say. Fletcher and Brown, by the way, Brown came in and was kind of more effective in that second half than Fletcher, even at certain points right during the game. Shout out to the Maniac who just joined us. We're going to let him get his thoughts off on Ole Miss and Miami too. But the things that stuck out to me, like Marcus pointed out, were Malachi Tony and a dude that's been disrespected all year is Carson Beck. Yep. And he came to play, bro. And I'm talking about both of these games, these last two games. He's been a difference maker. I'm not going to say he's the difference maker, but he's been a difference maker. And in that game, getting it done with his feet at the end there, scoring the rushing touchdown. Carson Beck is showing up big time in these playoffs, so I got to give him some credit for that. Maniac, what's your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, first of all, gentlemen, good afternoon. Happy Saturday. Listen, man, you're talking about another classic, man. Ole Miss and these classics. But let's start with Ole Miss, right? You're talking about a team that the whole year was kind of disrespected in the SEC. Everything was Georgia, everything was Alabama, for the most part, Texas A&M, right? Ole Miss just quietly flew under the radar, but they made it. They got in, deservedly so. One loss the whole season, get into the playoffs. They cooked Tulane, a team they already cooked. Then they beat Georgia, the SEC champions. No fluke, hell of a game. Now Miami. Now this is where I knew they was gonna get into a little trouble. I knew that their defense, not that it's bad, because it's not, but I think their defense let them down in this game, and it showed. Eventually, it was going to show. And Miami, now mind you, Miami, I wouldn't say they vanilla, but it's not a complex offense. They run a lot of screens. They run some zone. They run gap. It's a simple offense. Miami's not going to do. It's not all right. It's not sexy. It's that girl that come in the club like, okay, she got jeans, she got shirt, she all right. She ain't coming with the stilettos and the fancy dress. So, but like you mentioned, the key thing here, man, is experience. your quarterback. Carson Beck, he just knows when to make a play, man. The guy, even though he's been in college football since Peter Warwick was a freshman, but it is what it is. But there's no rules. He's there. He's there. And that's the reason they winning, man. And the D-line, let's be real. It wasn't like Miami's D-line showed up for this game. They really didn't make a big impact. You rarely heard Bain's name. You rarely heard Messidor's name, but other players. That's what makes this Miami team so dangerous is that they have players on every level that can make plays, and they come to hit you. They don't want to tackle you. They want to put pain. They want to run through you. And that's the kind of team you want, that aggressive, I don't give a bleep attitude. So, man, what a game. Shout to Trinidad Chambers. He balled out. Yes, the numbers weren't sexy, but he made plays when he had to. And at the end of the day, one team made more plays than the other, and that was Miami.
Absolutely. The whole squad is here now, by the way. Josh has joined us as well. Real quick, actually, we'll get to Josh, and then we'll get to those supers. Josh, what'd you think about this game?
What were we talking about? Ole Miss in Miami?
Yeah,
man. Pretty much what I expected out of the game. I didn't expect it maybe to be so close, but Ole Miss not getting the win is pretty much what I expected. But I definitely did expect not to shit on Ole Miss. I did expect a good game out of Chambliss and Lacey and the guys. I just felt like Miami was going to kind of get the upper hand at some point. It was a good game, as I'm sure I know Maniac alluded to, but I'm sure as the rest of the guys, said, it was a good game. Definitely a good game. A lot better than the other game that we, I guess, have to talk about.
Yeah, we got to talk about that one too. Unfortunately, we're going to talk about it.
Bro, what? Real quick, what I forgot to mention, one key thing. After that Lacey touchdown, he pulled a hammy. The guy didn't get another carry to the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's a weakness in that Miami defense, I think is you could run the ball on them. You see, when Ohio State decided to run the ball, they had success, kind of got away from it again. Ole Miss, they didn't have Lacey in. So you got Black and Hemby, two. We'll get to that, but listen, man, that's going to be tough for Miami. But that's something that's not spoken about enough, man. Lacey going out after that run really kind of crippled their offense.
No doubt. Real quick, let's get to these. Go to the supers real quick. It's just memberships, I believe, but we'll shout them out real quick, and then we'll move on. By the way, Posh, we see you in the chat. The most sports, that's us actually. That's Maze Out Sports. A member for 11 months to one of your channels. Shout out to them. Shout out to us. You should become a member, by the way. What's the next one?
The most sports that's what we doing. We Joe Buttoning this entire situation.
Joe Buttoning the whole situation.
Network out here.
Asian Posh Doreen has been a member for 6 months. You should become a member right there. The one right there. I see you at your keyboard. You hovering over the membership button. Hit the membership button. To all of the channels, by the way, that's House Divided, Maze Madman, Johnny Odin Jr. Make sure you make it happen. By the way, my man the Maniac has his own channel as well. Have you got memberships yet? I don't know. He's in New York traffic. We'll find out later. Anyway, become a member, subscribe if nothing else. Let's move on.
On the scaffolding real quick.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody in the chat too. I saw my man the original say that he told us it would be a blowout, but here we go. Indiana embarrasses Oregon for the second time this year, really. They went into Autzen Stadium and got the dub. And then last night, this was never a game. They got all over Oregon early, never let up. Let's start from the top. Marcus, talk to us about this game. What happened?
They were who we thought they were. And that applies on both sides of this game from last night. Indiana is right now, it's actually hurting coming up for me to say this, is the class of the league at the moment. Indiana,
Right.
Bloomington.
A couple of years after 2-win Indiana.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The class of the league is the Indiana Hoosiers. Now, on the other side, I think we got to start having some conversations about our boy COL. You got to start having some talks.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's put the actual game to aside for a second, because I know we're going to expound upon that for a while. But after, when they're talking about, you know, how do the players feel? How do you guys feel? Dante Moore, blah, 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 Skip, you guys got blown out. Dan Lanning, well, you know, they feel like in this moment that they're failures, and they're not. You know, for right now for them, it feels like this, that, and the third. Well, I know right now they feel like this, but they shouldn't feel this way. I'm sorry, Lanning, did you compete in the game too? like were you coaching last night? Because it's a lot of they them.
Right.
We way out of pocket right now. What's all this? What's all that they them? Are you disappointed? Do you feel like a failure? It's a lot about how they shouldn't and how they should feel about their performances in their year. Dog, you driving this whole ship. Now, in the reality of it, I think a lot of what happened to Oregon last night was because of turnovers, right? Like not just, all right, we're driving the field. We had a red zone turnover. No, they're turning it over in their own territory. Pick six first drive. Then they had the strip sack fumble. And that was on their side of the ball as well. It wasn't even a strip sack. He like knocked it off the running back. But they were down at running back. Like they were down a lot of guys running. They had linebackers playing running back.
Lack of
and then the block punt.
Fumble.
Yeah, and then the block punt. It's like we giving it up right here. That's 21 points right there, you know?
Yeah.
Not to say that their offense was looking good anyways, but you can't get down that bad. Or 35-7 at half, or 35-3. What was it? 35
7.
35-7. 35-7 at halftime.
35-7 at half. Like that is an insurmountable hole at any point of the game, let alone only having 2 quarters left to try to make up that difference. And they couldn't stop them on defense. So
right.
I'm looking, man. Kurt said Nettie said it on national television. We're whooping them up front. My God, my God. National TV. We're kicking their ass is what he really wanted to say. As long as we execute, we on to the natty. And if he wasn't such a sourpuss, that's exactly what he would say. But what he said was enough. We got to talk about coked out, man. He might need to hit that detox. You need to go to one of them treatment facilities over the summer, because I don't like what I saw last night.
Oh, I'm gonna get to him. We're gonna talk about his ass. Johnny, talk to us about this game last night, man. What happened?
This game was like Marcus was saying, it was ugly from the jump. Like there was no. They got the pick 6, and then honestly, I was like, all right, this is about to get ugly. But then Oregon matriculated down the field and showed signs of life. Like, okay, we about to get a shootout, maybe. And then it was just like, nah, nice drive. We about to kick the dog stuff out of you. Like, right. Nice try. And basically, but it wasn't just all Indiana. It was some self-inflicted wounds too.
Yep.
But what Oregon really needed was when they had those self-inflicted fumbles or the fumbles, the turnovers from the offense, they needed their defense to step up and hold Indiana to 3. And they just couldn't do it. You know, that would have gave them a chance. But instead, it was just touchdown. Like, you're done. You're cooked. Roast duck, anyone? You roast. and so Mendoza. He's like an NPC character or something, bro. Like after the game, and like it's so pure-hearted though. I can't do nothing but to like him, because don't sense any fakeness in the way he talks about his teammates, the way he talks about God. I'm a fan of him, because he's him. That's him. That's what we like. Somebody just be you. And that's all I get from him. And he goes out there and balls, bro. This dude, his numbers aren't just crazy, but his completion percentage is crazy. Like this dude's 17 of 20, 15 of 17. Like, bro, he's doing stuff you don't do on air. Like, it's crazy what he's done in this playoffs. And his receivers, they right there with him making spectacular catches. Like some of the catches Becker and Surratt were making,
right,
bro. Those are big time catches. Those aren't easy catches. The ball placement is perfect, but those aren't easy catches. So Indiana is just locked and loaded. That defense fundamentally sound, fast, physical. This is going to be an interesting matchup, And Cignetti, mad scientist over there. I'm not holding up. Hold on. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Oh, you ain't entertained yet? All right, Mendoza, you staying in. We about to run it up. You thought you was the biggest a-hole in the conference? Nice to meet you. I'm the biggest a-hole. Google me. So that was beautiful. I love it. Dan Lanning, that's how you want to act. Guess what? Now, your
chickens
turn.
always come home to roost.
That's a fact. Josh, talk to us. What happened last night?
First of all, I didn't realize we all had tickets to the gun show.
I was about to say that. What are you doing?
I didn't realize we had tickets to the gun show.
Johnny looked like he about to walk down to the ring in a WWE
Bro was out
match.
here Johnny Bravoing it out. I didn't realize that's what we was doing today.
I left the gym. I ain't had time.
We
to
just
change
need the glass to break.
Right.
Don't.
What's going on out here, man?
Bro said the stream needs a little sparkle, so I'm gonna throw the arms out on him. I'm gonna throw the guns out on him.
I'm on my D'Lo Brown. I'm on my D'Lo Brown.
D'Lo Brown is crazy.
That's crazy.
That's Reverend Devon right there.
Right.
Not Reverend Devon. Anyway, I just want to bring the chat into the world of our group chat for a quick second.
Oh,
because
Lord.
at 2:30 before the game, Johnny asked who y'all got tonight. And Maniac said Indiana, but I expect another classic. If there's a coach that can lose to the same team twice in one season, is Cocaine Lanning. Johnny agreed, said, yeah, I think it'll be close. And what happened then?
I don't know.
I asked, that last game was at home for Oregon. Y'all don't think it'll be worse on a neutral field? And then what happened, y'all? It got worse on a neutral field.
It did.
Look, man, Indiana is a very hard team to beat when they're rolling on all cylinders, right? There's been games where Mendoza wasn't always all the way there. There's been games where they haven't got the running game all the way there. When they're running on all cylinders, they're an extremely hard team to beat. Mendoza, as Johnny just mentioned, extremely accurate, right? Not killing you with a whole bunch of yards, not killing you with 300, 400 yards, less than 200 yards, but 5 fucking touchdowns and only missed 3 passes, right? Kalen Black running the ball efficiently, 2 touchdowns, right? When they're doing shit like this, the defense obviously killing them. When they're doing shit like that, there's no team that can beat them. Right, at least as of this year, because I don't know what team this Indiana team is going to be next year because they get all their players from the transfer portal, and obviously Mendoza's going after this. So we'll see what they are next year. But this year they're winning the national championship.
That's what I want to like. It looks kind of clear right now, right? But Indiana kills in the portal because their high school recruiting is absolute dog shit.
Right.
So I just want to know what it looks like long term, because it feels like they're doing nothing but going up. They still killing the portal, but like they're in the 50s in high school recruiting. So
I suspect that high school recruiting will take a turn too because they're winning, right? You look at Munshawn Sales, he's got Indiana in his final group now,
which is crazy.
That's a 5-star wide receiver. So it'll change. Maniac, go ahead.
Yeah, man. I'm in the supermarket doing some shopping, so I'm ripping and running. But
Okay.
look, man, absolutely expected this game to be a game, a classic. But no, it was far from that. Listen, when you know, I see you. I know yesterday, Maze did a live. I mentioned that it doesn't. All right, look at the three. If Indiana wins the Natty this year, the last three Natty champions: Michigan, Ohio State, Indiana, veteran group, upperclassmen, seniors. Bro, this is why it is. It's a copycat league. You have success doing that, I'm gonna do the same thing. It is what it is. People could talk about Miami's players being 42 years old and having grandkids, bro. It is what it is. If they eligible to play, they gonna play. And Signetti understands this. He says, listen, there's no way I can build this program off recruits only. It's gonna take me years to do that, right? So y'all got NIL, y'all got transfer portal, bro. In 2 years, he has these guys a juggernaut. Indiana is the epitome of what you want to see in the football team: discipline, they execution, they do everything good. Everything. There's not one thing that you say, man, they don't do well. There's nothing. And that's what is going to make them so tough to beat. And then you top that off with a great coach. Not a good coach, a great coach. Bro, that's just a recipe for, man, greatness. And that's what we've seen. We might see the first 16-0 team. And first of all, shout out to Charlie Becker, the best white boy receiver in the damn country, bro. That dude's balling. Jim Jones balling. Yo, this guy since the Penn State game, when Surratt did not play in that game at all, he's been balling, bro. He's been balling. And yo, he's been doing my brothers dirty, bro. We haven't seen this since Jeffrey Dahmer in the documentary.
You know what?
Yo, he just, bro, let's keep it a stack. Ohio State, big plays, cooked them. Who was that after that? Then they played Bama. He cooked. Last night he cooked. Bro, this guy is just they can't do nothing with him. And he's not even their best receiver. That's the scary part. Indiana, Oregon, shout out to Oregon. Oregon reminds that team that, hey, how you doing? It reminds the team that gonna be good every year. They're gonna be there. They're gonna compete, but they're not realistically gonna win anything. And we've seen that the last 2 seasons. He didn't beat Oregon. They annihilated them. You going tonight?
Charlie Becker, a better white boy running or wide receiver than Parker Livingstone?
Yeah. Maybe. X hit me up. All right.
What's the receiver for Notre? What's the receiver for Notre Dame?
My last thing, real quick. They just Indiana, and then the same thing with their defense, man. Defense so fundamentally sound. They play with violence. They gap sound. They tackle well. They don't make mistakes, bro. And that's they don't shoot themselves in the foot. So we be like, that's not bro.
You in the portal now.
You in the portal.
School they play for. So yeah, Oregon. If I'm Dante Moore, just go pro, bro, because y'all gonna choke again next year. I'm sorry, Oregon. It is what it is. Shout to Indiana. I will be beyond shocked if they don't win it all, bro. Honestly.
Yeah. Listen, I guess I gotta eat some crow again because of Indiana. All right.
Apology time.
I picked Oregon to win this game. In fact, I went so far in picking Oregon. I think on Mays Out Monday, by the way, I picked Indiana. But as the week went on, I was like, nah, Oregon gonna get them. I went so far yesterday that I said Oregon will win this game 33-13. They were never gonna do that. 11 seconds into this game, pick six. 11 seconds. 11 seconds into the game, Indiana's up 7 donut on Oregon. And Dante Moore, it's just 3 turnovers for Dante Moore. An interception. He lost 2 fumbles. But here's the crazy part is Oregon outgained Indiana in this game. It didn't feel like it, but they outgained them in this game. Dante Moore, I believe, he did throw for more yards in this game. 2 touchdowns. It was the turnovers that are killer. And, a lot of this was some of that was garbage time as well. The thing is this, bro, and Josh brought this up. Mendoza just doesn't make mistakes out there, right? He had more touchdowns than incompletions, people. Yep. You understand what I'm saying? More touchdowns than incompletions. And then the rest of that team, they are a unit. If I've ever seen one, it's a unit. The closest thing, I don't want to, bring up old Michigan or whatever, but this team is a unit. They play together. They play complementary football. And Curt Cignetti is a mad scientist. He is absolutely who he thinks he is, and that's what's the most important. A lot of people can go out here and say things, right? Curt Cignetti, when he got to town, he was saying things, but he's gone out there and backed it up, right? He's got a win over Michigan. He's undefeated against Michigan, by the way. He avenged the loss to Ohio. Ohio State beat them, right?
Yeah.
Year 1?
Last year.
Yeah. He avenged that loss, right? He's now wiped the floor with Dan Lanning twice in one season. By the way, I brought this up last week. If anybody can lose, and, obviously the Maniac, said it again, but if anybody can lose twice to the same team, it's Dan Lanning, and he proved that again. DeBoer beat him twice, and now Cignetti's beat him twice in the same season, and they got progressively worse. The losses, it's pretty bad, but Dan Lanning, and I'm gonna say this, bro, benefits the most, more than Ryan Day, more than any coach you can think of out here. He benefits the most from where he's at. And who's backing him, right? If it wasn't for Nike and the money that they generate and push through that university and the things that they can do with recruits and NIL, Dan Lanning is not who everybody else thinks he is. You know what I mean? Who he thinks he is too. He does a lot of talking, but he doesn't do the backing it up, whereas Cignetti does both.
Ohio State got Les Wexner, bro. I don't know, bro.
Well, he's under investigation.
No,
listen.
Y'all
Ohio State does have,
get it.
But even before NIL, Ohio State was getting it, right? In terms of recruiting and things like that, right? Before NIL, Ohio State's been around forever. Like they just feel like a institution. They are an institution at this point, right? Oregon is as long as Phil Knight's alive, then they're good. But I feel like that could change. And Phil Knight is 90,000 years old. So at any point, this whole thing could change. That said, Curt Cignetti is everything that Curt Cignetti thinks he is. And they're probably going to win the national championship, even though I'm not going to pick them to win the national championship.
Why? Why? At this point,
Josh, you need to. Because Josh, here's the thing.
This hate is real.
I have to.
Right.
It's not hate. I like Curt Cignetti. The thing is, though, I gotta stand by this, bro. Blue chip ratio means something.
No, it doesn't. Not anymore. It doesn't.
It means. I heard for every other champion, it's gotta mean something.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean it meant something when you had to pay everybody through a brown paper bag. That's when that meant something. It doesn't mean something when everybody's got a certain degree.
But even in the NIL era, Marcus, that threshold is the threshold. It's still
when it's demonstrative, like when we have 2 blue chip players and you have 70, yeah, it's going to show. But Indiana's not that far down anymore because of NIL. They're not down 70-2. It's more like 10-50. And so if you got a better coach and you got 10 blue chippers, you can run. You can only play 11 of them at a time. You can only put 11 of them on the field at a time. So those guys that are blue chippers sitting on your bench watching.
When 22 of them, when 11 of them are on the field for Ohio State. and then they get off the field, and then 11 more replace them.
Sure,
that
but
means something.
It doesn't literally shake out like that, right? Like you look at Ohio State's defense, every single player at every single position is not a 5-star, and so while you
but
can,
they are blue chip.
Was Sonny Styles not Sonny Styles? Lorenzo, was Lorenzo Styles a blue chipper?
He's a 4-star player.
Okay.
Wasn't he
give me somebody else. They got some other 3-stars that play on that defensive line. Like it's not a
Curry. Was Curry a blue chipper?
I think it was a 4-star. I think it was a 4-star.
He might have been a 4-star.
See? Yeah, and Goes just saying yes. Goes just saying yes. They were blue chippers.
Yeah, no. Caden Curry absolutely was. I don't know about Lorenzo. I don't know. We might be stretching that one. Anyway,
was Lorenzo Styles a blue chipper?
You don't need, even to beat that team that has 10 out of its 11 defensive players being all 4-star players. You don't also need 11 4 or 5-star players to beat that team. That's just not football.
Yeah, he was a 4-star.
You're oh damn. Okay, so yeah, maybe it is that demonstrative.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
You don't need that to beat that. You don't need to equal them in talent to beat them in football. That's why football was made. Football is a game of brute strength, right?
Yes.
At its core, it's a game of brute strength, and those stars don't give you extra power.
All right. So though you're right, and I can concede that you are right that the stars don't give you extra power. The other point though still rings true. The threshold, whatever that, what is it, 35% is the threshold or something like that? 35% blue chip ratio to win a national championship. That is the threshold. They don't have 35%. In fact, they're not even close to 35%.
As a Michigan fan, how are you making this argument when y'all's argument to beating us the whole time was we got 3-star players beating your 4-star and 5-star players?
Listen to me.
That was y'all's entire narrative for like 3 years.
That's not my narrative. My narrative is that we better than y'all. We're tougher than y'all. We've got better uniforms than y'all.
But y'all had the 3 stars, which y'all didn't have 3 stars.
Hold on, Josh. That exists within a dynamic of skewed talent, right? So like, there's no way for us to claim that we're tougher, we're better, and that's just why we win games without acknowledging that we're at a talent deficit. We climbed
we were at a talent deficit with Ohio State.
On talent.
We are. Yeah.
Right.
No, that's a fact.
Indiana's
but
doing.
we still above the threshold.
Okay. I mean,
yeah. All right, let's move on.
The Indiana hate is just unnecessary. Let's just throw that out there.
Yeah, I've seen the Wexner thing. The Wexner thing is very very interesting. We'll see.
That's why I dropped it. Yeah. It was a lot of people. There's a lot of people fainting. Oh my God, it's the most corrupt program ever up in Ann Arbor. Y'all better not let that story hit. Better not.
Yeah.
What is the problem? We already knew Wexner was.
We'll talk about it.
Donating.
We don't need to waste no time on it here if it hasn't been verified.
Wait, you already knew Wexner was what?
Donating money to the school. He's got
a little bit more than donating money. A little bit more than
I don't know. I don't know what the situation is. I didn't read whatever article you're talking about.
Let's talk about it off.
No, right. Let's move on, man. The college football the portal is insane, bro. Over 4,400 kids hit the portal. 4,400.
Including Samaj Morgan. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Happy trails to Samaj, man. Wishing the best.
I just want to throw that out there.
What's your problem with Samaj, bro?
You know what my problem with Samaj is. You do. Samaj went to UCLA.
Yeah, I was gonna say best of
luck. Hey, you know what though? I'm not really holding on to it, but man, Samaj Morgan versus Brandon Ennis. At least Brandon Ennis is loyal. What the fuck is going on with Samaj Morgan?
Stop the cap, bro. Stop it. Nobody wants Brandon Ennis.
Brandon Ennis didn't get the text message from Heartline to meet up in USF. So that's why he's still at OSU.
Brandon Ennis not even wanted by Heartline.
No, Brandon Ennis is going to become the number 2 guy.
And Bryson Rogers, y'all come out with me.
If Brandon Ennis do anything close to 1,000 yards, I don't want to hear y'all ever talk about Brandon Ennis.
Next year?
All these ifs. Brandon Ennis been there 17 years, bro. He should do something. Does he have 1,000 combined yards?
First of all, it's not even true. He's a true senior. What are we talking about?
And he's coming back.
I think he's gonna be a true senior this upcoming year.
He needs to come back. He don't have NFL production. He has to come back.
But Carnell Tate did. And then when he comes out and has a 900-yard year with fucking 10 touchdowns,
is that what you expected? Are you expecting? Are you putting that on?
Well, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what impact Chris Henry Jr. is going to make as a freshman. Right, that kind of means a lot because he might be that guy. So I can't really say that, but it's possible. It's very possible. Brandon Ennis at least has the talent to do so, and I don't know why we all pretend like he doesn't.
Listen, both our teams have suffered some losses in the transfer portal. Right, sure. A lot of receivers have entered the portal for the other state. Our entire secondary, speaking of Michigan, has entered the portal. It's looking crazy right now. What are y'all thoughts on the portal? How can it be fixed? Does it need to be fixed? Is it broken? Let's talk about it. Marcus, what you think?
So I do happen to think that the extended number of players in the portal is not necessarily to automatically choose a new destination. I just think this is the new way of negotiating for college football players right now, unfortunately, because there is no centralized process to officially requesting a raise or, carrying through your obligations on the current contract before you ask for a new one, right? Like we can see this everywhere. And that's why it's not even really a dig if I'm shooting it across the rivalry, right? The Bo Jackson situation to me is equal to the situation that we have with Jordan Young. It's like, all right, yeah, you were one of the better freshman defensive backs playing in the Big Ten. You were one of the better freshman running backs playing in the Big Ten. But to compare your output to that of the best running backs in the country and say that I want to be on that scale is either driven by your representation or it's absolute fallacy, right? And so to me, when I look at some of these moves, it feels like the representation sees the opportunity to not only increase their players' funds, whose funds get increased when their players gets paid more.
The representation, right?
Absolutely. So like we get a bigger cut. And that's what seems to be driving some of these decisions. If you're looking at it from a roster positioning standpoint, some of these moves make little to no sense. I'm not playing here. I'm at a Power 5 right now. I'm not playing here. There's guys in front of me who are getting the snaps. So now Team A has called me and said, hey, we'll pay you more than what you're making right now to come over here and play for us. Does that mean that I have a guaranteed roster spot there? Of course not, because they're paying other guys to come in too. They already have guys that are starting at their school presently. So how am I to expect that my prospects of beating out a starting level player at a new school in a new system for a new coaching staff, how does that increase my time of playing? The money is just the money. That's to get me on the roster. That's to appease what Mays was just talking about, your blue chip ratio. Right, to increase the level of roster talent overall. That's why you're there. That's why they're willing to pay you. But if you were going to be a starter there, you'd be a starter where you are now. So how it seems like the money decisions have completely separated themselves from the football decisions. And I thought that's what we were here to do. I thought we were trying to get to the league. Right? I thought we were trying to be that 3% of players in college football to even make it to the next level anyways.
And I think that's yeah, go ahead, Johnny. I'm sorry.
The game has changed because why did you want to get to the league? Why did you want to get to the league?
The money
was to make a lot of money.
Right.
So now I can play football, which I love to do, and make money right out of high school and college. So the mindset has changed.
I hear that. But I also think of like what's going to pay me. Like, do I want to make it to a second contract in the NFL? The second contract in the NFL is your retirement. That makes sure that you not just your medical expenses for life, but your family's medical expenses for life, and you get a pension. Your second contract after 5 years in NFL, you're set up for life in terms of your financial security, your health, your money for your retirement, all of that. So then. Am I getting closer to that by extorting a college team for $5 million here for my 6th or 7th year? Like, am I getting closer to my second NFL contract by extending my playing time here in college? It's counterintuitive. You could make $5 million. You can make $7-8 million over your time here in college, or you can maximize your time in college, get as high a pick as you possibly can in the NFL, and try to make it to your second contract so that you're paid for life.
Here's the thing.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like, because both can happen too, right? Somebody like Jeremiah Smith. Now, granted, he's not out here being a mercenary that some of these guys are, right?
Sure.
Because he doesn't have to, number one, because he's
Right.
already got
He's making it now.
4.5 million reasons not to, right? So he's doing it now. He's going to go to the NFL. His first contract, he's probably not even going to make 4.5 million a year, right? What are they doing now? It might be around there. It
If
might
he's
be
top
better
10,
than that.
yeah, he will.
Yeah, he
And
will.
there
And he'll
are
definitely be top
exceptions.
10. He'll
Yeah.
definitely be
But
top
he's
10.
playing against a lower level of players. He's playing
Right.
against other college football players as opposed to the next
Right.
level of player.
Absolutely. So there's that, and then he's going to go to the league and make more money. So that's, I think some kids are thinking that way too, right? Like, I can make a ton of money here. I go to the next level, I make a ton more money.
Yeah,
And
that's not
like
reality, though.
you pointed out, 3%, only 3% make it to the NFL, right? So
Mhm.
if I'm doing the numbers logically,
Do the
I'm
math.
not part of the 3%, right? I need to make what I'm going to make here.
1,700 There's 1,700 players on an active NFL roster.
Right.
1,700.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah, no, I hear you.
these dudes are starting to understand that, because if you're
4,400
let's say
went into the
Justice
portal.
Haynes. Let's say Justice Haynes.
Mhm.
Justice Haynes is a running back, low life shelf, probably a second round pick. If he comes back, he's gonna get $3 million. He wants $3 million. His first contract might be that, might not, but he's still in college. It's not even I'm not even a professional yet, so I can still get this $3 million. Then go to the pros next year, possibly get get up to first round pick instead of a second. So it's a win-win for a dude like that, which I don't like, but running the numbers and understanding it,
Correct. Yeah. No.
Security force. We've already talked
about.
about my blue chip propaganda.
Let me I guess adjust what I'm saying a little bit. For Jeremiah Smith, yeah, you can extort whoever for whatever while you're there and then go make your money in the NFL. Same thing with Justice Haynes, right? Like, there are some guys who are going to get the double dip. I'm talking about the vast majorities. We talk about, all right, I'm not going to make it to the NFL, so why not go ahead and maximize here, right?
Whoever here I can.
The problem for me in that is that you're taking the short-term money, right? And I'm gonna bounce around schools and I'm gonna make every dollar that I can. You're losing the benefit of the situation that you earned by just getting to college football, right? Getting to college football used to mean, like, my floor is a 4-year bachelor degree from a high letter university. Like, that's my floor. So even if it doesn't work out in football, I know I can go earn a 6-figure income doing something with this degree. That used to be the floor. Well, the floor now is, okay, I'll make $8 million over my time in college, and then what? Then what now? Because you didn't earn a degree anywhere.
That's a lot of money, Marcus. That is a lot of money.
No, I hear you. But you didn't pick up any discernible skills while you were there. You were bouncing around schools too many times to actually earn a degree. So, like, what did you actually get other than the money? That's we've seen too many rappers.
You think they're not earning degrees when they do this?
I don't think. I don't see a lot of.
I mean, they be in school for 17 years now. I'm pretty sure they got a degree somewhere.
I don't see a lot of people moving
got a whole ass PhD.
Right.
I see a lot of guys just moving schools, right? Like,
all right,
I don't hear a lot of graduate transfers.
So real quick, to your point, right? To Johnny's point, there's 1,700 players on NFL rosters, active players. 4,400 kids hit the portal. That's more than double what's on an NFL roster currently. right? So the odds that of those 4,400, how many of them are going to make
Actually gonna be
NFL
like
rosters, right? No, okay. So there's that. Also, what you also aren't including in this, like, you go to school and, I went to this school, I got out, I got this degree, whatever, sure. But a lot of those kids have debt when they get out. $8 million. If I make $8 million, and thank you. And I was going to get to this goes. If I make $8 million, one, I don't need a degree. If I have good people around me, anyway, $8 million, I don't necessarily need a degree. And I stopped myself because I know there aren't necessarily good people around a lot of these
I was about
kids.
to say,
So,
what are we talking about?
right.
You give me $8 million.
Them and their family
Right.
the rest of their lives.
No, I get it.
Give me
$8
$8 million
$8 million
for life.
Come on,
$8
man.
million,
I'm
no
straight
student
here.
debt, no
$8
student
million.
debt.
You
No,
give me $8 million, I can go get my degree from University of Phoenix, fam.
Yeah,
I'll be all right.
You
$8
can.
million, I'm
can
straight
buy
for
a
life.
house.
I'm gonna keep it real.
Y'all,
I'm straight
listen,
for life.
I hear that. We all
Southern New
talking about
Hampshire
that
University is calling my
we are
name.
all talking about that as level-minded grown men, right? Who didn't get
Right.
$8 million when they were 17 years old and go buy
Right.
expensive cars and jewelry and all their family, whatever they want, while they was doing it too. That
Right.
$8 million could turn into $1 in a matter of 5 years. Then what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what the reality is for the vast majority of people who are getting these
I'll tell you
payouts.
what you
Let's
I'll
not
tell
try
you
to
what you
paint
do,
it like it's
Marcus.
something that is not. We're not creating lifelong millionaires.
Call
We're
Pablo's
cutting checks
cousin.
to people that we're not teaching to do anything with it.
Call Pablo's cousin.
Call
I
Pablo's
get what you're
That's
saying.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's
I do get what
let's
you're
get down
saying.
to the real of what's happening here. We are cutting checks for the now. We are not setting
Sure.
them up for a lifelong,
No, I agree with you.
generational wealth handoff. Let's keep it real. These kids coming out here, they buy
Shout out to those
jewelry, they
Norfolk
driving
State
cars.
grads.
This month, the way that they
Those
spend it
Spartans.
now doesn't account for
But-
where they might be in the next 5 to 10 years. So really, we
But this
just
is the
passing
thing
around money
also,
to give
this-
it back to the people who gave it to us in
this
the
is-
first place.
This is the
Don't
thing
say
also,
too much.
Marcus, though, because most NFL dudes, when they retire, they end up broke. Most of them dudes end up broke after a couple years after, too.
Right. But what I was getting
And they
to
be
is
grown.
that
And
that's
these
why
are
that
grown
second,
dudes.
right, for sure. But like that's why that second contract in the NFL is so key, because at least I can guarantee myself some quality of life at that point. If I just played 5 years and I'm out of the NFL, cool. I didn't play any extents. I'm not a multi-millionaire, but at least I'm not going to be on the street shaking cups for change.
No, when you get down to that last million, I'm telling you, call my man.
All
I'm
right.
in love with the
Here's my question. What are we actually asking, right? We're asking if the transfer portal is broken. Who the hell is it broken for? Who is it broken? It's not broken for the players. It's not
Right.
broken for the teams. They're both
Right.
getting value out of it,
You
right?
know what's broken for?
No.
It's the fans, bro. We
It's
are
the fans.
fans
No,
are the
absolutely
most
fans.
affected
I don't
by
like
this.
it.
I disagree, because if 44 players are in the portal right now, and we know for sure there aren't 4,400 spots to fill, that's broken for the players. You're just looking at the players that it worked for and not the multitudes of players that it failed for. We don't tell the
No, that's
stories
a-
about
that's a-
those
So
players.
that's a
all
fair
of y'all
point.
don't need
They
to hide
go
your
fair
stupid ass
point.
in the
ether and
portal.
we just pretend that everything
That's a
worked
fair
out the
point.
best for everybody because we're still watching football.
I'll put
There
a
is
few
going to be
bricks in the street
thousands
and-
of kids that end up nowhere next season, and we
But that's on them.
Or
If you
playing
took your
at a
stupid ass
diminished
into the
level
portal and
because
you're
they
not
couldn't
good
find
enough,
spot anywhere else, that's not working out for the players.
All right,
if
all
you
right.
took your stupid ass into the transfer portal and you don't have enough value to
Right.
provide to a
I-
team
I
for a certain amount of money,
understand
that's on
I
you.
understand that, but that's
Let me-
why there
let me-
should be some.
Let me add this
institutional
though. Let
control
me add this
around
to
it.
Marcus, who's saying, "Yo, go get your degree and stuff like that." Right?
Well,
Absolute.
not
Listen,
necessarily.
I know. But look, the U.S. added only 55,000 jobs last quarter. I don't know if you saw
Facts.
that. That's
Facts.
not great. So these kids going to
Yeah, it's a
college.
lot of people with
You-
degrees. That's
A lot of them about to
struggle
be
bus.
like the college dropout, skit. I got my degree.
Y'all
And you
listen.
look behind me, I got another degree.
I
And
am not here.
you got to be
I'm
at
not.
the seats,
You
bro.
making me out to be something I'm not. Nah, I gotta
All right,
cut you
all
off.
right.
You making me out to be something I'm not. I'm
All
not
right.
a commercial for the American post-secondary education industry. That's
Okay.
not me. What I am telling you is that there are people, the representation of these players, who are
Right.
driving them to make these decisions, whether they make sense or not, so that
That's a
they
fact.
can get paid. This is not the best
So you're saying
situation.
the
for the
agents
players
are exploiting
involved.
these players to make bad
Make-
decisions.
And he's
Yeah.
right. He's
To
right.
make money.
He's right about that. Yeah. And it's a
absolutely
little.
right.
I do think it needs to be. There needs to be some regulation, and this is why I don't want to make this a political thing. Regulation is good, people. Regulation makes it so that they got to fix the road that you drive on. There's speed limits and things like that, because without regulation, again, I don't want to be political here, but some regulation, there need to be guardrails on this NIL thing. There need to be guardrails to protect the kids from the predators out there, these agents, some of them.
There's
I don't
a
want to
reason
put that
why
as
DeMond
gas
Williams is going
aspersions.
back to Washington now. Like there's
Right.
a reason. They were going to clean him up in court and take all that money that he just made from LSU.
That's a
so what
fact.
then? So now when we set a
Georgia
legal
is
precedent-
Georgia actively does that, by the way. They sue
Exactly.
those players who leave Georgia.
As they should.
when that becomes the norm, and we can just scrape these millions that you give me that 8 million back. Now what?
Yeah.
Now what? And now that you've been blackballed out of a conference, because that's coming too. Where do y'all think this is going? This is not a candy land for the players that will just last in perpetuity. We're
Yeah.
childish if we think that way.
As
They
is,
making
no.
their money is better. Like it's not going to stay that way. So better they go ahead and collectively bargain as a union now than letting the guys who have always made the rules make the rules that set the next 50 years of college football.
And by the way, when you get down to your last, man, just remember
Call Pablo.
baking soda. I got baking soda.
Stop telling these kids to sell drugs.
Do not sell drugs, right? All right, let's
That's
move
crazy.
on, man. Let's move on. National championship is set, ladies and gentlemen. Miami, the Miami Hurricanes will be taking on this doesn't even sound right. The Indiana Hoosiers
Neither
of
side sounds
football.
right.
The football Indiana Hoosiers will be in the national championship. By the way, the Indiana football Hoosiers will be favored in the national championship.
As they should be.
Talk to me, gentlemen. Josh, let's start with you. What happens in this natty? Who wins? Why?
What happens in this natty is that a team that beat Ohio State will be the national championship. Will be the national champion.
Hey, mute his mic, man.
Hey, don't be mad at me because I'm spitting facts. But anyway, regardless, that team will be the Indiana Hoosiers, and I will be able to talk shit about the SEC for yet another year because the SEC didn't even touch the national championship, and the Big Ten is probably going to win it. And so I am definitely happy for Indiana. I'm rooting for Indiana. They've got everything they need to win this game. Miami just looks real spotty on that offensive side of the ball. They made it happen against us, so I'm not shitting on them, but Indiana's got this.
Indiana for the win. Johnny Olden Jr., talk to us. Who wins this? Why?
Oh boy. This is a heck of a matchup, bro. Like this is a crazy matchup. Because
Yeah.
you've got the scrappy, older Indiana team that's fundamentally sound, well coached. They got the young Jehovah Witness at quarterback, so this team, it's a funny matchup. And then you got Miami, they got the swagger. They fly around with their head on fire. They got Michael Irvin on the sideline barking and full of that cocaine.
Bacon
Him and Lindsay
soda.
was going crazy.
This is a wild matchup, bro. Like
Right.
Miami's got freaks of nature on that defensive line and on that team.
Yeah.
Freshman phenom. And then you got Indiana, the scrappy bunch. Like, we just do everything well. Like, what's gonna win out? Fundamentally sound football, which you always think can win out, or the freaks of nature who on defense, who also have a veteran quarterback who is playing pretty good ball at this point.
Absolutely.
Nah, just
Okay,
guys.
ball.
Just stop.
It's okay, ball. It's all
He's
right.
playing real good ball.
I mean, bro.
Real good.
3
Real good.
incompletions, 5 touchdowns. Yes, that's
Yeah,
damn
stop
good ball.
stop it, Josh.
That's
Come
damn
on.
Real good. Wait,
They're
no, you're talking.
undefeated,
Wait, are we
Josh.
talking about Mendoza? Are we talking about Mendoza or Carson Beck?
Mendoza.
I'm talking about Carson
Mendoza.
Beck is playing good ball.
He was talking
Oh,
about
you talking
Carson
about
Beck.
Carson Beck.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
No,
Mendoza.
Carson Beck is also playing good
He
football.
been
though.
balling. Yeah, Carson Beck been balling
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, it's okay. I said it's okay.
Okay.
It's not
Alright.
great.
Let's
It's,
give him his
all right.
credit, bro.
It's
He
it's
beat
winning
y'all.
football, so I'll give him that. But it's let's stop glazing him.
Let me
Stop
ask y'all this.
glazing
Let me
the
ask y'all
winner?
this. Johnny, while you up there,
Let's stop glazing him.
the edge on in the trenches for both teams, who you give the edge to?
Ooh, good question.
Defensively, Miami. I might. Now that you asked
Offensively,
that,
Miami.
Miami's offensive line is really
Right.
good too.
Right.
I might give it to Miami, bro.
I gave the
Being
trenches edge to both teams on Miami, or on both sides to Miami. Slight edge though.
Yeah.
Slight edge.
Yeah.
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 No. So, with that being said, I don't know who's going to win this one. I want to say Indiana because they're such a well-coached team. With Miami's well-coached, it just looks a little bit different because they've got, the blue chip ratio. The blue chips. So,
Bro,
I
that
don't
means
know
something,
who-
Johnny. It means something.
Nettie has changed college football. They don't know what to do. The blue chip,
The blue
they
chip.
can't beat it.
Y'all gonna die under that blue chip. Y'all, it's gonna crush y'all.
I stand on the blue
It's
chip
gonna
ratio.
crush you. We gonna hear Mays yelling.
Men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
The blue chip ratio.
Only number
don't
that matter
lie.
is the score at the end of the game. That's the one that counts.
I'm still upset that you call Crystal Ball a good coach, but anyway.
Ew.
Damn.
Bro, he outcoached your coach.
Yeah, he did.
That
Yeah, he
doesn't
did.
make him a
Y'all
good
paid
You
coach.
gotta
him
answer
on
for
his
that.
name.
You
Doesn't
gotta
make
answer
I'll
for
say
that.
Ryan Day is great.
That's not- Sure. We've already said this. Just because you outcoach a person on one game does not make you the better coach.
On that day,
On that day, sure, but that doesn't make you the overall better coach. It does not.
Okay. No, I agree with
But
that.
he's got Indiana to the championship.
Signetti better than him though.
No, we're talking about Cristobal, not Signetti.
All right.
How about
all
some
right.
Oh, he's got
Wait,
Miami
don't
to the
do
Signetti is a
Ryan
good
shit.
coach. Signetti is a good coach.
No,
Cristobal,
Signetti's the best coach.
you're wilding.
No, he's
Wow.
the best coach in college
He's up
football.
there. He's definitely up there for doing what he's done. The best
All right.
coach
Better than
after
Kirby?
2 years.
Kirby's
It's
smart.
Kirby
Listen,
and Signetti.
y'all don't want don't get me started. Rick did a good job at Georgia, by the way. Kirby took
He
over a
did.
well-oiled machine, and he's better than Rick, and he won national championships, and he's very good. He's the second best coach in college football. But Kurt Signetti took over the worst program you could possibly take over in college football. There's not
The most
anything
losses.
worse. And he has lockered
flipped
the
it.
likes of Dan Lanning, Ryan Day. Sharon Moore was already in the locker, but he closed the
Kalen
door.
DeBoer.
Kalen DeBoer, he's lockering people.
Sure. He also doesn't have a national championship yet. And if he
Not yet.
loses,
Not yet.
then what?
I mean, if he
gonna
loses,
do it
he's still the
again next
best.
year. What are we talking
Again,
about?
I'm arguing that he's a top coach. You're saying he is the best coach already with no national
Yeah.
championship.
Because he can be the best. He's not the greatest.
Y'all
He
not
better
getting
than
it.
What is
Because
happening?
Y'all not getting it.
He gets
Signetti
double the
has
points
to
because
be-
of where he's doing it at.
Y'all not getting it. For
He gets
Mays,
double
Signetti
points.
has to be the best coach in the country because he done spent the whole season trying to put this team in the dirt. And he
Hating on
has to
them.
be the best coach in the country.
No,
to
I was
explain.
not, bro. I was not hating on them.
Hating on them. You've been hating on them this entire time.
Dallas fans said he
You
hasn't
haven't
locked
picked him
Marcus
once to win
Freeman.
a game, and he's the
Trust
best
me.
coach.
Trust me, y'all don't want to play
He will lock
Indiana.
Marcus
Start
Freeman.
that series back up. Start that series up with Indiana. See what happened to y'all. While Signetti's there. While Signetti's
Us?
there.
No,
Oh,
Notre
Notre
Dame.
Dame.
No. He's
Notre
talking
Dame.
about
Oh,
Notre Dame.
Ugh.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You don't want
Try
to
your
do
luck.
it, Josh.
We're 1-1 against this iteration. And we smacked them the first game. So, and the other game
I heard
was
y'all got some
close.
signs for that first game.
We smacked
y'all
them the
might have got
first
a
game,
phone
and it was
call.
close the second game.
Yeah, no, I heard y'all might have got a
Signetti
phone
doesn't
call.
use paint for hair.
I didn't hear what
Yo,
you said.
bro, what is going on with Marcus Freeman in the paint, bro. Between him and my man Brown for the Celtics, they got to cut it out.
You got it from Ryan Day. That's who. That's
you're
who
right.
Gave you
You're
the
right.
Let me
power.
ask y'all.
He like,
Let me ask you
use
this.
one.
Or let me ask
Works
y'all
for me.
this: who's running game? Who do you think runs the ball best in this game?
Indiana.
Man, this is so good, man. This is good.
Indiana.
I like Miami's run game right now.
Indiana.
I like Fletcher.
Fletcher's
Fletcher's
a
a big
dog.
dude.
Fletcher's solid, and they've got a better offensive line.
They got a better offense, but Himby's him. Himby's him.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it's tough, bro. It's tough. I think
Indiana got the better running back.
I will say
But
this:
that's their offensive line, though.
Miami will
Think
have to
Himby's
be
better than
better
Fletcher?
running. Miami will have to be better running the ball if they're going to win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
If
I
Miami's
think
going to
Miami
win,
has
they
the
got to
better
be better.
offensive line, though.
But we're also saying Miami has a better defensive line to stop Indiana's run game, right?
I don't know about stopping the run. Their defensive line isn't made necessarily for stopping the run. I
So
like
you think they're
them
just gonna get to the
getting quarterback pressure more than stopping the run. I think Indiana is better suited to stop the run than Miami is.
Yeah. They're front
But
seven.
But I think Indiana.
I don't see
Miami's going to
Indiana's
have to run the ball.
Yeah, I don't see Indiana's offensive line moving Miami out of the way that they did Oregon. I don't see that happening.
I don't see that.
Oregon's
either.
got a
Miami's
decent defensive
offensive
line,
line
though.
They
Move
do.
Indiana.
They do.
I don't know, man. It's close.
So
It's
what do you
close.
think? More
Indiana
like
might just go out here and beat these boys 56-3, bro. And if that happens, I'm not gonna be here the following Saturday.
That's
I'm
right.
telling
You
y'all
have
right
to be
now.
here. If I had to be here after losing both the Big Ten championship and to Miami, you got to be here to eat crow on that.
Bro. I had to wear that dumbass shirt.
You did. Props to you for that.
It's a dumbass shirt.
This is such an
It's not a
interesting
good
matchup, man. Because
Getting ready for Mendoza. Hey, at this point, bring him on, bro. we need a lot, but yeah.
to the Raiders, that'd be nuts. But you know what? If anybody would draft him, it would be Tom Brady. It would absolutely be Tom Brady. So I
Bro,
can't count it out.
I was saying I needed Dante Moore to win last night so that we draft Dante Moore. First of all, no, I don't think our quarterback
You
is
still
in
want
this
him?
draft. No,
Oh, you changed your mind?
unless Chambliss. If we get Chambliss in the second round, I'd be down for that. Let me get Chambliss in this.
He's probably the nicest one out of the
Yeah.
group.
He might have
So-
worked his way up into a first round pick.
I
don't
think
know.
so.
Chambliss?
Yeah.
I think it's a
He's still
size
gonna play
thing.
college
I don't think
ball.
they'll take him.
No,
There's too many tall
they
quarterbacks in
denied
this
his
draft.
request, bro.
Yeah, they denied it. He wants to play college ball. Still,
I know that's crazy. He was actually on the field with a dude that's actively in his 7th year of college football, and they said you can't get a 6th year of college football. It's crazy. The
They
NCAA
said we
makes
getting
no
all
sense.
you old niggas out of here.
It's broken.
If you over 25, you gotta go.
Yeah, that 2020 year is gone now. Y'all gotta
Right.
actually move on.
So, and as far as the game is concerned, I don't think that Indiana is just going to be able to bully them off the ball, even though they made their thing might not necessarily be stopping the run. I don't think they're just going to be able to move them. There's going to have to be a lot of gap scheme. There's going to have to be a lot of timely run calls against Miami, because if they just load up and try to hand the ball off as much as they do, I don't see that being their thing. I think they're going to tempo Miami. I think they're going to try and keep those boys on the field with a lot of 11, 12 personnels. Like they're not going to change out a whole lot because they don't need to go 4 wide to be able to do what they do throwing the ball. So they're going to lock Bane and Messiador on the field a lot. If I'm Cignetti, at least that's what I would do. I would keep them on the field and just run them up and down and see how long they can actually go. On the other side, though, Miami gonna be trying to do the same shit. They're gonna be trying to take their defensive line, who's actually, it hasn't looked like it so far, but who is down one of their best players, and force them to play long drives. Like they're not gonna be forced into rushing. Miami doesn't really play with a whole lot of pace unless they have to. So I don't really know where this game is gonna go, man. We talked about styles making fights earlier. These are two like fighters. Not in terms of scheme, but in terms of what they want to do. These are two like fighters. They got two really good, smart quarterbacks who make timely throws. They got just enough talent on the outside to be dangerous. I like both of the running backs in this game. I like Fletcher. I like Hemby. I think Hemby's the better talent, but Fletcher got the better offensive line. So, hell if I know where the fuck this game is going. I guess if I had to pick it, I'd take Indiana.
Who do y'all think is the X factor
Malachi Tony.
for either team?
Yep. Malachi Tony.
Because he can assist in them controlling the ball, running it.
Malachi Tony might be the key for Miami, actually.
Also a home run hitter. So I think Malachi Tony
he's gonna garner attention, rightfully so. And that might free it up for some other people. And he's a heck of he's an underrated blocker, bro. I learned that watching these playoffs. He can definitely puts his nose in there. He's just a good football player, bro. And if he's in open space, forget about it.
Yep.
So who's the X factor for Indiana?
Go said the white receiver for Indiana is the X factor. Oh, get out!
I like Mendoza's legs. I like what Matthew's saying.
Y'all so crazy.
That's
man.
hilarious.
I like Mendoza's legs.
He has a name, sir.
No, he doesn't. He's wide receiver.
White receiver. Y'all.
Him and Parker Livingstone are wide receiver. Wide receiver A, wide receiver B.
On Tony?
Pons is perfect size to contain Tony. Pons is a beast. I ain't gonna hold you. He the one that took the joint to the crib, right? 11 seconds in. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if I don't. For some reason, I think Miami's gonna get a pick 6 in this game.
Miami's all over the place on defense, bro.
I don't think so. A pick 6.
I do.
Well, you remember that pick 6 they got on y'all, right?
You remember it? They qualified.
No. I'm saying Mendoza is good enough to not throw a pick 6.
Oh, hold on.
They were getting mad. No. They were getting mad pressure on bro. And yes, I think Mendoza makes a better decision than throwing.
I think that's why his legs for the X factor, though, right?
Nobody's too good to not throw a pick 6.
Here's the X factor for me. I was gonna go Malachi
Mendoza
Tony,
makes better decisions,
but I'm gonna go Carson Beck. X factor.
I was going to go Carson.
He's going to have to make some plays with his legs.
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody had a chance to go on this. I guess I'll go. Miami needs to win this football game for multiple reasons. Number one, so that I can save face. It's about me.
Well, that's not a reason.
In the blue chip ratio.
That's not a real
reason.
My
God. Here's the thing. The way I told people this, the way that I fan for Michigan, I can't have Indiana win the national championship. I don't give a damn about that Big Ten teams winning 3 straight. What that mean to me? That doesn't help Michigan. In fact, it probably hurts Michigan if Indiana wins it more than it helps them. I do not want to see Kirk Cignetti on the podium with that trophy in the air, welcoming high school recruits to Indiana. It's going to be a beacon for high school recruits. Hey, come here. We win football games, and you ain't got to deal with the media.
That does hurt Michigan.
Of Michigan or Ohio State.
It does not hurt.
Shut your mouth. Chill out. It definitely hurts y'all too.
It doesn't.
What do you think? It hurts. It gotta hurt you. I don't think it really hurts y'all like that.
What was up with Oregon's fans though?
What you mean?
Did they know they was finna get their doors blown off? They just said we ain't coming.
Of course they did. They saw what happened last year.
Like 80% of that field, or excuse me, the stadium looked like Indiana fans.
Bro, Dan Lanning is their coach. They know they're not winning no championship.
They know they're in the playoffs. They're
Dan
about to
Lanning
get
is
blown
back
out.
being Diet James Franklin for me. You don't lose twice to this. He's Diet James Franklin for sure, bro. You can't do that. You can't lose twice to the same team when you are supposed to be a championship caliber team. In the fashion that you lost this one. Nah, bro. I don't know where you getting your perico from, but you need to switch it up.
Josh, how do you lose to them in a championship game? Have them go on and win a natty, and it don't hurt you, but it hurts us. We didn't even play Indiana this year. We didn't have a chance to stop them at all.
Right.
Because first of
Y'all
all, your
played
team
them.
is already a
That's
sinking ship.
I got a
Right.
feeling we would
You
have.
gained a little bit. You gained a little
Our
bit from
team is
Kyle
already a
Whittingham.
sinking ship.
Yes.
If we played,
In
if we
terms of
played
recruiting,
Indiana 10 times,
absolutely.
we beat them.
We have a top 10 recruiting class. We had a top 10 recruiting class this year. Before the coaching change, we had a top 10 recruiting class. What is sinking ship about top 10 in recruiting?
Can we stop acting like y'all haven't declined significantly in the last couple of years because of all of the controversy around your team?
The last
stop?
2
What
years.
controversy?
Josh, hold on, wait.
What
This is-
controversy?
Wait.
Okay.
Let me respond to him because
We're talking about stuff from last year, bro.
No.
I'm saying,
Hold on.
we're not going to act like y'all
Our
haven't taken a
last
recruiting
2
hit because
years
of
in
the
recruiting.
controversies around your team. We're not going to do this.
Fam,
We ain't
Damn.
take no recruiting hit.
Doc,
I'm about to
we
say
played
this
y'all
is
10
that narrative
times.
shit that he loves to
We
talk
beat
about.
y'all
All
9
these
times.
building
That's a fact.
narratives. Our last 2 recruiting cycles have been higher than any in the hardball recruiting.
So
era.
you paid Bryce Underwood in that major recruiting class.
No. Stay where you were at. You said
Don't
our
disrespect
recruiting has
Bryce
been in
either.
the tank
All right.
It's a fact.
the last 2 years because of
Can
it's
your
not
quarterback
fact.
be the
Top
X
10
factor?
2 years in a
Yeah,
row?
he can be the X factor.
So you can't
he
sit up here and
get
have y'all
disrespected
paid
like
Bryce
Carson
Underwood.
Wentz.
That's why it was high, and then say it's in the tank. It's either in the tank or not.
You paid for a player and it skyrocketed your recruiting class.
Fam, is it in the
Because you
tank
got the
or not?
number one
Here's the
player.
reasons why it's
Why
not
are
in the
we
tank.
acting? Why are we
You
acting like
said it
that's
was
not
in the
true?
tank.
Act like that's not true.
It
Fam,
is
You got the number one
Is
player
it
by
in the
paying
tank
him
or
to come
not?
to your team.
What's your
No,
roster
you
worth
took the
right now?
recruiting. You still
They
took a
got a
recruiting
$35
hit.
million roster.
Right. What
What?
are we even arguing right now?
Talking
You
about
said
paying
our
players.
recruiting
What are we
was in
talking
the
about?
shambles. Now you
Because
like,
you
it was only good
absolutely
because y'all
took a
got
hit until
Bryce.
you paid that player. You got the number one player because you paid him $8 to $12 million.
I'm sorry. Okay, so now we're getting to what you're actually talking
He
about.
was definitely
So then
going to
what is-
LSU.
No, wait.
and then you paid
Let me
the one
respond.
player,
Let me
and he
respond.
skyrocketed your recruiting class.
Let me respond. Right, one player skyrocketed the entire class. Right, we hear you. What is
It
Andrew
didn't,
Babalola?
though.
What? No. Right, let me get to it. What is Andrew Babalola? What was he?
Not enough to skyrocket
He was
your
a 5
class.
star. He was a 5
Why
star.
not?
That's enough.
Great.
That's enough.
Great.
What was Ty
That's not enough.
Haywood? What was Ty
You got the
Haywood?
number one. You got the
What
number
was
one
Ty
player skyrocketed
Haywood?
your recruiting class.
If you're
Why
not
are we
going
acting
to
like that
honor,
didn't
if you're not
happen?
going to answer honestly, we're not even really talking.
Why
What
are
was
we
Ty
acting like it didn't
Haywood?
happen?
What was
Marcus.
Ty Haywood?
Marcus, that does
What
not
was
matter.
Okay,
Your
then I'll answer
recruiting
for you. Ty
All I
Haywood
know
was a
is
5
I was
star.
listening to
We
my
signed 3
Will
5
Simpson.
stars that cycle. We signed 3 5 stars that cycle, not one player. We signed 3 5 stars and like
Willie
15
Scott.
4
Matter
stars.
of fact, how many of
It
them were
wasn't just
after
one
Underwood?
player. And we had all of that signed except for Haywood. We got Haywood after. But most of that class was
So then
signed.
you got
and
another
Babalola
five-star
included
off of
before
Underwood.
Bryce
Hold
Underwood.
on, Moose. Our current roster is 42 million. Because that's not money well spent, bro. We need more than this. If this
mean, they
shout
were
out to
poorly
the coked
coached.
out Lanning.
Right.
This doesn't look like our
Coke Lanning is
roster
the profile
this
pick
year
is crazy.
didn't look like $42 million worth of roster.
I don't care what the total roster setup is. What we started this argument on was that we were in shambles last 2 years because of our controversy. I don't count top 10 recruiting as in shambles. Now we're talking about why
Which
the
I gotta
top 10
peek over
recruiting
there.
happened. So did it happen or not? That's what I want to talk about because you said it was in shambles.
The Chronic.
And if we
Classic
play
album.
Ohio State 10 times, we beat them 9 times. They got the one
What?
lucky
What?
one.
Wait, what?
We play them 10 times, we beat them 9 times.
No, you're talking about Caleb
Okay.
Down.
All right. Anyway, yeah,
Hold
I
on,
hate
who we talking about?
it. I've been
Caleb
saying it ever
Downs on
since.
this podcast, like, oh, if we would have beat Miami, we would have won the national
I hate the
championship.
fact that they said that. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, if we play Ohio State,
Remember
10 times,
one of your
we
fans,
I
an Ohio
agree,
State
but
fan,
we don't need to be saying
an
that on
Ohio
podcast.
State
Because
fan
we
was
lost.
like, "Yo, this isn't real to me. We got to play them again. They
I like
should let
saying
us play them again because this one wasn't." What are you talking about, sir?
Motherfucker said, let us play again.
They
Redo.
should let us
Roll
play
again.
again.
Roll again.
Because this isn't. It doesn't feel right to me. Like that's who
That was
Ohio
a
State fans
do-over.
are. All right, man. Look,
Steve
I
said
think
what? That's what. Hold on, real quick, Maze. That's what
All right.
Caleb Downs said. Why can't I say it? That if y'all played
I want a
Miami
do-over.
10 times, y'all win 9. So I said the same thing. We play Ohio State 10 times, we win 9.
No.
What's the problem?
Also,
That's a fact.
y'all only had one top 10 recruiting class, and that was
Last year was
2025
six.
with
Last year
Bryce
was 6.
Underwood.
Right. This
It was
year
8.
we were 10 until the coaching change.
Oh, I'll look at composite rate. That's fine. So y'all were 6 last year, and you're 11 the year after.
My guy,
He said before the coaching change.
he purposefully blocks the shit out that I'm saying so he can get his shit off.
Come on, Joshua.
I'm looking for the 2 top 10.
Hurt me.
Joshua,
I'm looking for the 2 top 10 ranks.
I'm not playing
looking for the
games with you.
top 10
We
ranks.
were
that you said.
10. We were 10
I
before
see
the coaching
one.
change.
I see one with Bryce Underwood.
All right, so look, man, we gotta wrap
So the
it up.
number
Look,
11 recruiting class
Miami's
is
winning the
shambles.
national
It's not.
I see
championship.
one. I see
Final
one
score,
top 10 class.
33-13.
It's a bad faith argument.
The fuck it's not.
People, look at me. Blue chip ratio matters.
Oh, boy.
Indiana has an 8% blue chip ratio. They cannot keep this up. Miami
Indiana's
and
winning, bro.
Carson Beck and Malachi Tony and Baines and Mesidor, they will right this ship. They will prove me to be right.
Maze, Indiana's winning the game. Let it go.
8% does not win you a national championship.
It's about to.
You like the old dudes that didn't want them to get paid, but you with the blue chip.
8% is not good enough.
Okay.
I refuse to believe somebody was saying that they cheating. Somebody was saying they cheated on
They
Twitter.
definitely cheating.
No,
They
in
definitely
my
cheating. They
comments.
need to be investigated.
Okay. All right.
Investigate
All
them.
right. 8% shouldn't have been good enough to make it to the national championship. And yet here they are.
Investigate them.
Shambles shouldn't be good enough to make it to number 10 in the recruiting rankings, but we're here.
You did it once after paying a kid $8 to $12
Oh
million.
my fucking God. We did it this year. The class we signed was number 10. We released people from their
So look,
letters
Josh,
of intent after the coaching change. Like
Josh,
you being indignant.
how many
right now.
straight years has Ohio State had a better recruiting class than Michigan?
Every
You
year?
want to go there? Because this
A lot.
should absolutely put your
Every
Indiana
year.
argument
No,
in shambles.
No, it doesn't, because even though your recruiting classes are better, it's not like ours. We don't have 35% blue chip ratio. Stop it. The point is this: your recruiting classes are always better, but you still can find yourself head first in a locker, and you have found yourself head first in a locker 4 of the last 5 seasons with better recruiting classes.
And if we played 10 times this
But
year, we would have beat y'all.
You made it
9
to the
times.
national championship and then made it to the playoffs the year afterwards.
Yeah, good for you, man.
What's all this
cute.
after
And
talk?
we'll
What
probably
happened
make
when
it
we
again
met
next
up?
year.
Squabble
Well,
up,
I mean, it's 12
Buckeyes.
teams in the playoffs
beat
now. I
y'all.
hope you can make it.
Squabble up.
We beat y'all by multiple scores. That's what happened when we saw
Right,
y'all.
this year, y'all finally got some get back. About time.
Right.
Fight
And if
back.
we played 10 times, we would have beat
in
y'all
your
9.
house.
Right.
In
If
your
we
house.
played 10 times, we'd have beat y'all.
By the way,
9
Michigan
times.
doesn't mean
holds
9
that
times.
It
head
doesn't mean
bad.
anything when Caleb Downs says it
Y'all
about
had
Miami.
20
It
years
doesn't mean
win- y'all
anything
had
now.
20 years worth of wins and still couldn't
Yeah,
catch
still
us from head
close
to
the
head.
gap.
I'm
Still ain't closed
using
the
it.
gap.
I
the
hate
rest
that
of
he
the
said
year.
it. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean anything.
I'm using it.
No.
That was just the ammunition I needed.
No, it's not. Shut
Yeah,
up.
it is, 'cause I can say it about
Hey,
y'all.
listen, ladies and
If we
gentlemen,
beat y'all, we
Johnny
win
gotta
the
go.
game, real.
Johnny gotta go put on some clothes, and we gotta get out of here. We
Yikes.
hey, every Saturday. Actually, I don't know what we're doing going forward. The season's over.
No,
Next
it's not.
Saturday.
There's a whole ass
next
national
Saturday-
championship.
Hold on. Next Saturday, depending on the outcome.
Yeah, you're gonna have to come with your blue ratio. You're gonna have to come with your blue chip.
Blue chip ratio.
Yo,
Indiana win.
yo, all I know is I'm gonna be listening to my Will Smith CD. That's all I know.
Yo.
Tell the
Actually,
people
no,
where they
next
can find
Saturday
you.
there's not a game. It's the Monday after next Saturday.
You're right. So yeah, so who knows? Johnny, tell the people where they can find you, what you got going on.
Oh, we got the call-in show tomorrow. Should be some good conversations about the playoffs and transfer portals and all that type of stuff.
He's at the gun show later today.
Right. You know Mean Gene.
The gun show is here, brother. Brother.
Oh, brother.
After that, what else? I got some a brewing that'll be like a transfer portal recruiting kind of show. So I'm working on that, and that'll be in 2 weeks. So be looking for that. But Thursday I'll be on with TJ.
You said Bruin. I thought you meant Samaj Morgan.
Just stop it.
Yo, you know
I
what?
legit. You were like, Bruin transfer portal. I was like, he's talking about
Josh. You know what?
I thought that's what you meant.
I demand this mic.
Don't say much, but bro, we only got 30 more minutes. 30 more minutes, we get everything we can work for. Them boys ain't work how we work. They ain't feel how we feel. They ain't cry how we cry, gang. You can see they don't got the energy we got, bro. They don't want it how we want it, bro. 30 more minutes is all we got.
They better be on that same shit in the national championship before they get stuffed in a locker for another 20 years.
Hey.
Tell
the people where they can find you, what you got going on.
Who?
Marcus.
Oh, shit.
Marcus, tell the people.
Y'all know where to find us. It's your resident Michigan fan. Come check us out at House Divided. We also will be working on some portal stuff. I never made a video about Kyle Whittingham either. So both of those will be coming out here soon. Check us out.
Josh, tell the people where they can find you, what you got going on.
Same place, House Divided, Buckeye fan. What up? Yeah, I'll make a video about something.
Yeah, I'll make a video.
At some point, I guess.
You never made a video about the
Yeah, you ain't break down the game. You ain't gonna break down the game.
Right.
I broke down the game here in the live.
Oh, okay.
So, good enough.
but not on your dedicated channel.
Maybe I should make another video about how we're going to make it to the national championship next year.
Tell the Ohio State
saying it's going to get a Heisman
Twitter account to put up those Michigan scores. They seem to miss that all the time. Anyway,
blue chip ratio. Start making some arguments again. Go back to that.
I'm gonna be making a video about blue chip ratio. Check that on Maze Out Sports. Follow us everywhere at Maze Out Sports. Follow me on X or Twitter, whichever you
Joe
like.
Budden over here.
M_Thrizzleton. Until next time, we'll be here. I'll be here no matter the outcome of that game. The following Saturday.
Cat.
No matter the outcome, unless I get sick. I feel,
No.
this feels like a
here.
2-week twinge. I don't know.
The Maze Out Network.
Coming on.
You need to be here.
Feel it already.
No doubt. Go blue, by the way.
Go
Go
Blue.
Bucks. Go Bucks.
Go Blue.
Go Bucks.
Blue.